Hello everyone and welcome back to my playthrough, and since progress has been made off camera I do need to quickly show you a few things. You can see Kotemon is up to level 53 now. No items. Rusty glove, rusty rifle, old wand, old claw, just the 4 standard. No armours, 9 dance feathers, which were obviously dropped by the Numamon. So I've got Black War Greymon as the Digimon we're going to be fighting with. Pyaldramon, I learned speed up and I've now loaded it. Imperialdramon is the same as he was. And Kotemon himself, you can see he has 99 TP points and no weapons, armours or accessories. So having learned speed up with Pyaldramon and having gotten to the stage where I can load it, I don't see any reason why I would use Pyaldramon again. The only reason why I went back to him was because of wanting to learn speed up, so I don't think I'll be using him again. So that leaves Black War Greymon and Imperialdramon, and I want to finish with Black War Greymon before I move on to Imperialdramon. So Black War Greymon is who I am fighting with for now. He might not be the ideal Digimon against Bulbmon, because Bulbmon is some sort of like water machine Digimon, so electric would work best, but I don't have electric and I'm not prepared to learn it. I'm not prepared to go down the route of learning new Digivolutions and new techniques just to help us in battles where electric is going to come in handy. I don't have anything powerful against Bulbmon, but in scenarios like these, I think when I'm not going to be powerful against certain Digimon, it's about at least having techniques that they're not going to be resistant to. Obviously he's going to be resistant to fire, but I don't see any reason why he should be resistant to dark. And so, you know, since I have Black Fawn or Black Dart or whatever it's called, what is it called? Black Dart, yeah. Well, I see no reason why Bulbmon should be resistant to darkness, so using that is probably as safe as bet as any. Before anything I have to make it up to Bulbmon, and I think Black War Greymon is going to serve us best. When I think about the Numamon who I'm going to get to battles with here, plus the Digimon who feature in the Bug Maze, Numamon is one of them, by the way. I think that Black War Greymon and Giga Fire is the best combination for now. In regards to making it up to the Bug Maze, making it through the Bug Maze, and making it up to Bulbmon, I think Black War Greymon is the best bet. And as for Bulbmon himself, I don't have anything that's going to be powerful against him, I don't think. And he's not going to be the only example, there's going to be other scenarios as well. But when like I said, when I haven't you know, the best case scenario is to have techniques that are going to be powerful against certain Digimon. Failing that, just having techniques that they're not going to be resistant to can be a result in its own way. And when I think about it, Giga Fire is a technique I'm going to be relying heavily on, but the only techniques really the only types really that should be, you know, properly resistant to that are fire and water that I can think of. And well, I can't see any reason why darkness should be weak against such types. So at least I've got, you know, at least Black War Greymon has a dark attack as sort of like a safety net sort of thing. I'm sure it will be worth trying, and I'm sure it will serve us better than what we usually use. Yeah, do I need to use another Giga Fire? Let's just see what the regular attack does. Okay, that was enough to finish him off. So, when I do eventually finish with Black War Greymon, I think it will then be followed by Imperialdramon and Imperialdramon Fighter Mode. And Black War Greymon is highly useful because of his Giga Fire, which he can use himself, and it can be loaded, and has been loaded. Pyaldramon is useful for his speed up, which has been loaded, and the plan is to use with other Digimon. And Imperialdramon is useful because of his Mega Heal. So I've got 3 Digimon who've all got techniques loaded, techniques that are specifically very useful for very specific purposes, and this is just how I'm going to try to make do for now. And at the moment, I'm not actually aiming for Bulbamon just yet. At the moment, my plan is to simply loot up the bug maze. So just, you know, get as many items as I can, get into battles, you know, put maximum effort into the battles, try my best to win them. And then when I get to the point where the only thing left to do within the bug maze is to take on Bulbamon, that's when I will then head back to the South Sector City. I will rest so that my HP and MP are at their maximum. I will save as well, just in case things go wrong. And then from there, the plan will be to go straight to Bulbamon, using pretty much the fastest path available to me. And then from there, I will, you know, give Bulbamon everything I've got. Hopefully, there shouldn't be too many problems. And then should I win, then I'll just carry on through to the Forest Inn in the other server that I'm going to be arriving in, and then it's about making progress from there. Okay, I think I explored everywhere in that area, certainly everything that I was able to do. if you're playing this for the first time, then you might struggle with the bug maze, because the way through is to climb up an invisible ladder. If you're new to the game, then you might not think to look out for something like that, so you may well miss it completely. But from speaking to the AOA trooper like I did, he's the one who mentions about there being invisible ladders, and then I suppose from that you would then consider being a little more observant until you get to here, climb up, and this does take you to progress. The way that I just went, you can't get to Bulbmon that way. It is just items and, you know, an AOA trooper who mentions invisible ladders. You climb up the invisible ladder, and then from there you can then get to Bulbmon. So I am now sort of heading in the right sort of direction for Bulbmon, but once again, it's not only the right path. There are alternative paths which do contain items and whatnot, and that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm still pretty much just looting the bug maze, collecting the items, winning battles as they come, and just doing... That was weird. The analog on my controller just stopped, and now, but that was weird. I randomly stopped running. I looked at my controller, and I realised the analog went off because I'm playing on a, I think it's a PlayStation 1 controller, and I've got the analog on, and I'm using the analog sticks, and I just randomly stopped, and when I looked down, it seemed that the analog switched off, but I put it back on, and it seems to be working again now. So I'm pretty much doing everything apart from Bulbmon. I'm pretty much doing everything apart from the one thing that I need to do for game completion. I wouldn't mind some critical hits on this guy, because I get the impression fire isn't hugely effective on him, so he's always getting one attack at me. But I'm glad that I can then finish him off with a regular attack, not have to consume any more MP than what's necessary. So I didn't go up here, did I? And that just leads, okay, to an item. Yeah, trying to do absolutely everything in one go just isn't gonna work when you're following the restrictions that I'm bound by. You will unfortunately need to make trips backwards so that you can save and, you know, like, physically keep yourself alive. And if this just leads straight to another area, which it does, I'm now going to backtrack, because I'm pretty certain that the area that I could have gone into is the area where Bulbmon is. So I've done everything else for now. If I go back and save and rest, then on my return I can climb the invisible ladder and just go straight to Bulbmon, and I can then see how I do against him. Our new technique, Speed Up, I haven't used as of yet. That's because I don't consider it to be necessary for random battles, certainly not these kind of battles. But I will be using it against Bulbmon, because it is going to be of great help in significant battles. So when we face Bulbmon, you will see me use Speed Up for the very first time. I'll use it, you know, a few times to get my speed to a good level, and I will sort of like use it after every so many turns, just so that I'm maintaining it, because Speed Up is not a technique that lasts forever. Your speed does go back to normal after a while. The only way to stop it is by using Speed Up. It is to like keep using Speed Up, not one after the other, but after, say, a few techniques, after a few turns, if you know, like use Speed Up again, it will keep your speed at a good level, it will maintain your speed, and it will stop it from going back to normal. I might not need to do that against Bulbmon, but in battles where I do need to use it numerous times and, you know, maintain it, I will do so if it's needed. I'm just hoping that I don't need to do things that way against Bulbmon, because I'm hoping he'll go down a lot more easily than that. Being level 53, having a Black War Greymon, I can't say that Bulbmon is my biggest fear, but there isn't really much telling what's going to happen after that, because I'm going to be in a much more powerful area against much more powerful Digimon in the random encounters, that is, and the mandatory battles, they're going to be even harder. And I can't say how well I'm going to do, but I'm not planning on doing any more grinding at the moment. My intention is just to make progress towards completing the game, taking, you know, battles on one after the other, and only grinding if I feel that I need to. So if I get stuck, if I end up getting into a battle that I can't win, then I will do some grinding to make myself better. But if I don't need to, then I'm just going to just keep on going and going, more or less. When I do grind, I think the days of using the fishing rod are going to go downhill quite substantially. I think the Numamon in the Jungle Shrine are going to be the Digimon that I grind on majority of the time. I might still use the fishing rod for grinding, I might do, but I think the Numamon in the Jungle Shrine are going to be my main they're going to be the main ones that I'm going to focus on when it does come to grinding. But when I think about the dual islands where you do card battling, I haven't attempted either of them yet, and the cards that I have are not the best in the world, so at some point I might want to do some cardmon grinding where I'm specifically going after cardmon, doing it more so for the booster packs than anything. And if it does come down to that, then I may use the fishing rod. It depends on whether or not I use the tree boots to kick trees and battle cardmon that way, or use the fishing rod to battle cardmon that way instead. I think it will probably I think what will play a big role on it is the booster packs that I will get for winning, and how tricky the battles are going to be. But this is all kind of future talk. But it will happen at some point. But my focus is to just try and make it through the bug maze and see how I do from there. Now I do need to be careful with these battles, because I do need to be careful with my MP consumption, but I do feel that I do have enough MP. I think that I don't think I need to preserve all of my MP for Bulbmon. I think I am going to have MP left over, but well, I was going to say, so it's okay to win battles, but this guy has made me immediately want to just get out of there, because this... oh, I didn't want to press that. This guy is a real pain, because he can confuse you and everything. I wanted to try and run away. I want him to try and run away. Good. I'm going to do the same. Okay. With that guy, I just want to run away because of how dangerous he is with his confusion. What I was going to say is that with the battles that I do get into, I think my MP will stretch far enough for me to at least win the battles that I get into. I don't think I need all of my MP solely for Bulbmon. But here we are. So now we get a rematch with the Bulbmon who we got into a battle with when we were heading for the south sector for the first time. Difference being is that this time it does actually end in a win if we're able to bring his HP down. But before that we need to do speed up. Because not only is his speed greater than ours, but he also has a speed boosting technique. So we need to boost our speed as much as possible, because he can also boost his. Although this is the third time I'm doing speed up, he hasn't done it yet. So it's 3-0 in my favour. Make that 3-1. think I feel confident enough. Well, I was going to say to attack, but he's just gone twice in a row. Okay, forget that. I'm just going to do speed up again. So 4-1 in my favour. $766. If he was to attack twice in a row, it would do about 1,500 or so. Let's see how Black Dart helps us. 3 hits. Not great damage though. Well, Gigafire's bound to be worse. I'm just going to try Black Dart again, because I'm sure Gigafire's only going to be worse. Oh, is that a critical hit? Ah, handy. Now I know I probably could finish him off, but I'm going to just try and play safe and do another speed up. That way I've maintained the speed that I have improved by. And he's doing another speed up, so it's 5-2. I need to keep an eye on my HP, but I'm gonna see if I can finish him off. Not with 2 standard hits, I won't. Well, I'm confident that I only need 1 more hit, and I'm confident I will get that. Gee. That was a critical hit as well. Oh no, what if he goes twice in a row? Well, after what happened last time, I'm taking no risks. I don't know if my speed can go any higher, but let's just at least maintain the speed that I have got. Okay, he's faster than me. And he's doing another speed up as well. Okay, he could be getting pretty dangerous here. Well, I've got him now. 2 hits, critical hits. That's good enough to win that fight. So the character automatically carries on, leaves the area. What's behind us is just the room that we were in. I don't think there's anything in there, anything to go back for. So I'm going to carry on. And I think that way that my character is looking at just takes you back to the beginning of the bug maze, where you can drop down off a ledge, and it pretty much just takes you to the beginning of the bug maze. No need to be doing that, because where we are going to, it takes us to the Forest Inn, where I will be able to rest and save, so I've got nothing to be worried about in that department. So here we are. And I do need to be ending the part here. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next part.